Hi, this is Bruce Buffer, and you're listening to the Brats and Beard Podcast.
Happy New Year, tailgaters! Woo-hoo! Welcome back to the Brats and Beers Podcast. Oh,
hey
wow. I hope you guys are doing well out there. We just had a fun little interesting situation here. So we just talked for the last 10 minutes, and we weren't recording. So you guys missed out on a lot of good stuff.
And it's lost forever. So let's move on forward.
It is lost forever. So let's talk about some Drew, pretty much updates here. Drew's drinking a Bud Light. Cody and I are drinking water. We had some pretty good New Year's Eves and some good Christmases, a lot of sports stuff going on. And let's jump into some NFL. Quick recap there. If that works with you guys.
That was great, man.
We were talking some FanDuel, winning some FanDuel last night on the Packer game. And Cody was breaking even this weekend. Drew, you were up in Minnesota, so you couldn't bet, you were saying?
I was just saying that I made one before I left, and college football games I thought they did not go the way I originally intended them to go. So
yeah,
sports.
But let me reiterate that I saw a bet today that is like a 14 leg parlay is like $350,000 and it hit, and I'm just like, that's unreal. Like, and it was like, they picked Kentucky, which was crazy because, I mean, as they should have. But point is, any leg past 2, I think, is crazy. So
yeah, that's insane. That's fun, though. Did you watch that, Cody, what was the game? The Ohio State game and Cincy game we were watching? That was just back and forth. Like, they scored 5 touchdowns in 2.5 minutes at one point, I think, in the second quarter. It was back and forth that Smith I don't know his last name, but he had like 350 yards pretty much receiving, was it, Cody?
Yes, 3 touchdowns, 350 receiving yards, and I think he had like 15 receptions. So pretty good average reception. Right. And is he hurt now? Ridiculous. Is he out for the next game? Is that what I was reading?
Is he? I didn't hear that. That would suck. Unsure there, but otherwise, let's talk some NFL games. Drew, are we waiting to talk about the Vikings game?
Well, I have a special guest for you guys. Here he comes. Okay, come on in, Eric.
Hey, fuck you, Zimmer. Fuck you. I'm sucking dick.
Eric, get out of here. Anyway, that was Eric Kendricks for all the listeners. Who just recently got COVID and is not playing the next game along with 5 others. And if I were the Vikings, I just wouldn't play. But from a serious note, I've heard a lot of stuff today on the Vikings and, the firings that could potentially happen. What would, from an unbiased perspective from Packer fans, what do you think is the best play for the Vikings right
Fire
now?
Zimmer.
Okay. What about Spielman and Kirk? So how do you start this?
Spielman's a GM.
Yeah.
I feel like head coach and GM kind of go together in that situation.
So,
but then you got to leave it up to the new GM for the player decision, like with the Kirk Cousins. If you get someone offensive minded, they might be able to make them a little bit better. You don't really want to speak for them before you hire someone. Like, who wants to go to a team without a quarterback at all?
It's just crazy because you guys have weapons. Like, I don't think you should give rid of Cousins. I feel like you guys have pieces. I don't know what the fuck it is why you guys can't put it together, but
the argument that I've been hearing about Kirk is that, like, Aaron, it's his team. Like, Aaron controls the offense. He calls audibles. He does all this stuff. Kirk's just out there to get paid. He's like, I'm doing what you told me to do. And people hate that right now.
Well,
and
he's got Zimmer as a head coach who's a defensive mind, right? So they're not really putting as much focus on the offensive side of the ball. That's why if you get a better coach that fits a Kirk Cousins, and then you can really utilize, Jefferson and Thielen and Cook and whoever else.
Exactly. And Zimmer apparently has no relationship with any quarterback. Like you said, he's a defensive mind. They just started last year having half-hour meetings on Thursdays with the quarterbacks, and it's like you can't do that. It's getting. And so my last point then is oh fuck, I forgot it. But
typical Vikings fan.
Yeah, I already forgot it. Oh, is what does Zimmer get hired somewhere else?
I think so.
I think so too. And then he'll have a fucking Super Bowl.
That's like the weirdest thing with coaching in any sport. It's like they recycle the same old heads until they retire. It's like, well, they didn't work there. Maybe they'll work here. Instead of like trying something new. You just see that more and more. NFL is kind of getting a little bit younger as the years go on. Ever since like the McVay, and then his tree started entering the NFL. But even like NBA, like Jason Kidd is a coach still somewhere, I think. And like he didn't work out anywhere he's been.
Yeah.
That's true.
Did you guys see what Zimmer said when they asked him about Kellen Mond if you're going to see him next week? And he was just like, no. And they're just like, why don't you want to see him? He's like, I see him every day.
He's like, yeah, not particularly.
Pretty much saying like, I see him every day. He fucking sucks so bad that he can't play in a meaningless game for us.
But Sean, that's a slap in the face. So that means he's done. I mean, everyone knows that anyway, but to not talk up like your prospect is very sad and a slap to the face.
Like, they would never say that about Jordan Love. Like even
what year is Kellen Mond in? Is this his second?
This is rookie.
He's a rookie year.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Yeah. He did look pretty horrible when he came in, but still.
Oh God, yeah.
He looked rough. But so did Jordan Love. And like, I don't know if Jordan Love has looked a ton better, but like from camp and everything, people say he's looked a lot better than his rookie season. But it's like when he would come into games, he looked pretty bad.
He's not very good.
Yeah.
When you guys saw that, well, you say what you need to say. When you guys saw Sean Mannion was playing, were you just like, oh my God? Like,
I was more worried.
Were you really?
Kinda.
This first drive or two wasn't bad, and I was like, they might put up a fight, but
you know what lost you guys the game more specifically was the lack of trust in Mannion. Like they didn't let him do much of anything, but what he was allowed to do, he was actually doing pretty decent against us. Like if they let him throw the ball more, I think it would have been not a better outcome for you guys, but a different outcome, maybe a little bit closer than what was it, 37-10?
10, yeah. And what was it at halftime? It was like 27-3.
23.
23. And then he says we need to run the ball more. Like, come on, Zimmer.
Yeah, he's not a very good coach.
No, he's
giving up.
There are a few good coaches out there, I think, that are available. Like if you get like an Eric Bieniemy, if he's ready to move on from the Chiefs, that could be kind of scary.
I saw this Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator from
Dallas
the Cowboys. Yeah.
Old
Also, so we get rid of Breland. Cam Dancer goes on the COVID list, or he's hurt. I can't remember. So Chris Boyd is covering Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
he's a special teams guy. This is embarrassing.
Yeah,
Devontae made him look like a fool.
Yeah, that was kind of rude. We should have used like Lazard more.
Dude, Lazard. I saw that little I love you, you're my boy from Aaron Rodgers when Lazard got that touchdown. It was a sick touchdown.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was a solid catch. Well, the Packers clinched the #1 seed and bye with that victory over the Vikings. Another team that clinched the division.
Motherfucker, you ain't lose me yet.
Drew, can we get a voice for Ryan Tannehill, please?
Oh, hey, I'm glad you brought that up. So, do we think that Vrabel? Okay, so my argument for the Vikings is COVID, right? We lost all these guys to COVID. Mike Vrabel has had 89 players on his team this year. Or he's played 89 players. So you can't even use that excuse. You can't use it.
Yep. It's crazy. They've had the most players on an active roster, I think, ever. This year.
You can't. That's tough. Even like Baltimore, who's on the brink of the playoffs.
And we lost our running back. So it's like the same
second most
situation
players.
as you guys missing Cook in a bunch of games. It's like
Henry is like your face of your team, I think. More than Cook.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like we've been winning without him.
Losing Henry would be like losing Cook and Thielen.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's even more impressive that like we've been winning games without them. Tannehill apparently was a big revenge game for them to shit on the Dolphins, so they put it on them 34-3. So that was kind of cool. They clinched the division, and they're in the driver's seat for the #1 spot too. So as long as they win next week, they're good to go. That'd be kind of cool seeing the Packers
come back too.
Possibly. I think they're gonna wait though. Because they think, we're playing the Texans, so they're saying like they might not need to play them. or at least
Well, I
maybe
guess I
give him a
wouldn't. I don't
go.
know the situation. I would
Yeah.
hold off to the playoffs or the postseason
I think-
regardless.
They could maybe give him
Yeah.
a go, just see how he's doing, but I don't think it'll be. I don't think they need to. Chargers beat the Broncos. The Chargers and the who's the team that they have to tie with next week for the playoffs? God, I'm drawing a blank on this. Who else is 9-7?
Colts and
The
if the Colts
Raiders.
if the Colts lose to the Jaguars,
Yeah,
then
then the Raiders
have
and the
to tie.
Chargers can tie and make it in.
So do you think they'd like have that conversation before the game? Like if say the Colts lose, and you say, look, we both tie, we both get into the playoff.
Nah,
I don't think there's that kind of friendship in the NFL.
Nah. I mean, somebody's gonna go out and try to win that game and just say fuck it. Like, they don't want to tie.
I'd have to know the outcome of the seeding. Like if you win though, you're a 6 seed instead of an 8 seed.
Yeah, I'm sure. Let's hear the Chiefs came back, beat the Bengals came back and beat the Chiefs. That was a crazy game. Jamar
That was a
Chase
big
had
win.
266 yards and 3 touchdowns. Unbelievable. That dude, I mean, we nailed it on the head at the beginning of the season when we said that he was terrible. He can't catch.
Biggest bust.
He's the biggest bust ever. I think we really hit that one. So Vegas, pay up. Got him there.
Sean, real quick. So Parsons, Slater, and Chase all opted out of 2020, and look at their seasons right now. So
Opted out of what?
2020.
Their college season.
Like
So they didn't play last year.
They didn't play.
Like they left early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
And,
a one and done.
No, they didn't play because of COVID.
Yeah, they just didn't play because of COVID.
Yeah, but you have to play 2 years in college football, right?
I think if you opt out, I think as long as you're there, I don't think you had to.
Oh yeah, no, I'm saying
They just-
that, but like normal
Yeah.
in normal times. So they
Yeah,
played
yeah.
one season in college and then they
And
opted
then they
out.
opted out. Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess what I thought is that by doing that, they're losing experience, and I guess I was wrong. So,
Wrong again.
Yep, 2 for 2, baby.
You're
Killing
good.
it. Raiders beat the Colts. That was kind of a crazy game. Kind of cool. I know the Raiders were trying to honor Madden, who had recently passed away. RIP to a great. So Raiders beat the Colts. Patriots put it on the fucking Jaguars. Is Mac Jones the real deal? Is he the next coming? Is that a Belichick thing? Or
Yeah.
is that just Mac Jones just a
That's a
stud?
system.
It's all Belichick.
System
He
thing.
looked for who he could shape, and he found
I
it.
think that Mac Jones isn't a bad quarterback. I mean, he played for Alabama, right? Like he's not just
Yeah.
some shitbag that he drafted in the 9th round.
Yeah.
But I think that he's the most formidable.
What's that?
Yeah.
You want me to go in? Fuck this
Yeah.
shit.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Drew is currently reenacting the Antonio Brown scene. So let's talk about Antonio Brown. What the fuck is going on with that dude? So apparently he told, after he made like a catch, it was a pretty sick route, had his defender all over the place, looked fine, told Arians that he was hurt and didn't want to go in the game because he was dealing with something. Arians said, get the fuck in the game or you can leave. He decided to take his shirt off, his jersey off, and run around in the end zone like a fucking streaker.
So wasn't the game going on actively?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
so.
Yeah. And then
That's
like,
where he's gonna get in trouble.
and
No,
then
they
when,
said because he didn't interfere with the game that he won't be fined.
But it's still
Yeah.
some sort of a misconduct thing.
True.
oh, I'm sure, like, it's just ridiculous. And then he got an Uber ride who was apparently somebody, Saquon Barkley's private driver or something, who picked him up and drove him around. And then he released a song on Spotify immediately after the game.
What?
He released a song, like, I'm not even shitting you, like an hour after that incident. Like, I don't even know if the game was over yet. And he released a song on Spotify.
Him and Lonzo Ball or what?
Yeah. and then posted a picture of him in his pregame outfit saying, like, whatever, mad, big mad or something like that. And, you know, it was, I don't know. Is this a CTE thing? Is he mentally just unstable or what?
I think that there was something there before he got the CTE,
Yeah.
but then you add the CTE to it. Like
Doesn't
he was
help.
pissing on his female trainer in college, so I think that
Yeah.
that wasn't quite the CTE. But then you add a lot of hard hits to it, and then you add like he wasn't supposed to be a superstar. He's a 6th-round draft pick, right?
Good
Yeah.
point.
And now you combine all that shit. I think he's just a fucking psychopath.
So
honestly.
there's a there's a list, and it's literally 6 pages of just shit that has happened or with Antonio Brown. And that's essentially like him getting kicked out of like FIU after fighting a security guard and then saying like, don't touch me, I'm the franchise. So there's literally 6 pages of shit. I can send that stuff to you guys, but it's unreal how much stuff, like you don't even realize like all the shit that's come along with him. Like when people are like, oh, there's not that much baggage. Like it is ridiculous. But
I think he's out of the NFL. We don't see him play again.
I don't know how you can. Like, I know Tony Dungy was saying, he's like, nobody hire him, give him a job until he seeks like serious mental help. Cause like, I think he obviously needs it.
Nah, dude, I hope that we get a new young coach and we pick up Antonio Brown.
You don't need that. It's just another guy for Kirk to miss. Come on.
No, I'm getting rid of Kirk.
And for him to just fuck up like JJ's mind or some shit. Like he'll be like, oh, I could do that.
I'm worried about that.
I think the reason that he was a Buccaneer in the first place was because Tom Brady had some sort of vested interest in him. So if there wasn't like a Brady on a team saying, I want that guy, I don't think it's going to get hired.
Nah. I saw a thing. I'm sorry if you posted this, Sean, but it was like Mike Tomlin should win coach of the ever because he put up 9 seasons with Antonio Brown.
Seriously, though. Seriously.
Sad.
That is, and Le'Veon Bell on the same team.
Yeah, true.
That's drama.
Did you guys see the Eagles game when the fence fell when they were trying to cheer? What do I have written down here? Oh, I was gonna say props to Jalen for like being like a stand-up guy at least. Yeah. I think so. He like helped him up at least and did just take off. So
I'm trying to think of a funny pun that goes along with Hurts, but I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't want to sound.
It's already good enough. Oh, and then I have written down. Did you see Urban Meyer? He's getting in trouble because back when he used Trayvon Martin as an example not to wear hoodies at camp. But he's denying it. But my point is, when I'm bringing it up is because is Urban Meyer Michael Scott from The Office?
Oh, my God.
It's Fat Albert.
He's combined Michael Scott and what's his face? Who's the on-road salesman?
Kochner? Todd Packer.
Todd Packer. He's like
who just got arrested.
He's them combined. Did he really?
Yeah, DUI. He got into a fight and stuff.
Damn. That's funny. Yeah, Urban Meyer is one fucking, I don't know.
He'll be back in college football though.
Interesting dude.
You heard it.
Yeah, he will be.
There'll be some school that wants wins, and
yeah,
he's like Lane Kiffin. Did you guys see that Raiders had a cornerback that got a DUI the morning after they won on Sunday? So really? Nobody ever learns in that organization ever.
Jesus,
like 4 o'clock in the morning, and he flew like a, I don't know, 0.1 something.
Good God, how dumb are people?
Do they think like you're supposed to get one?
Dude, the Raiders do. I think it's in their contract. I think
like
they get
a month.
bonus. They get a bonus. You know how like Antonio Brown lost out on like all those $333,000 bonuses because of like touchdowns and catches and shit that he missed. So he missed out on 3 different bonuses. I think the Raiders have that if you get a DUI, you get a $333,000 bonus.
In Cody's fantasy league, you get money for a guy who gets arrested.
You gotta be the first one arrested.
The Rams snuck out a win against the Ravens. I was kind of pissed off on that one. The Ravens really blew it. They should have had a win. They lost by 1 point. OBJ came up with a big touchdown there at the end. 49ers beat the Texans.
Can we go back to that Rams game?
Yeah.
Did you guys see OBJ punch that cornerback in the ass after he picked him off?
I didn't see it. What'd he do?
He the ball was underthrown on an OBJ route, like right towards the end zone. So the guy picks it off and is kind of trying to get up, and OBJ comes up and just power punches the guy right in the butt.
Uppercuts him right in the ass. Like this dude is bent over on all fours, and he just fucking rails him in the ass.
I was like, was he trying to go for a ball punch, and was that?
It was like when we used to do Qdoffy. It was like that, except it was just way harder
and full fist.
It made no fucking sense. It was, oh my God.
I was curious if that was.
I gotta watch that tonight.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking weird. I didn't understand. He should probably get fined for that because I mean that's pretty outrageous.
Unpopular, kind of popular opinion. I kind of like OBJ now.
Fuck him.
Sorry, I kind of do.
I think OBJ and Antonio Brown are the same person, so it's like now AB did something. I'm just waiting for OBJ to fuck up.
Yeah. Or he'll just throw a temper tantrum or something. Like the Rams will be losing in the playoffs, and he's gonna be pissed off, kicking shit again. It'll
the
be
Rams
in no time.
They will not win.
But
the
I
Super
think
Bowl.
that all but one game so far as a Ram, he's scored. I think he didn't score the first game.
It was the first like 2 games or something, wasn't it?
Oh no, I know they had like 7 touchdowns in 7 games with him or something.
Yeah.
It's kind of impressive because he got like 6
thought he had-
touchdowns with the Browns.
I thought he
in
had
the
like
last
5
year.
touchdowns, and I thought it said that. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. I remember seeing some TikTok about it.
Oh, maybe that. How many did he have this week?
1, I think.
Just a game winner.
Yeah, I think so. Cardinals beat the Cowboys. I know some Cowboy
That makes
fans
me
were pretty
happy.
pissy, but there was a controversial play on that. There was a fumble that they called that the runner was down on the Cardinals, and he was not down. If you look at it, I'll be honest with that, but Dez still didn't catch it, so who gives a fuck? Cowboys suck.
It was an exciting game. Cardinals came out. It was fun.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys watched it or not.
Yeah. Our sub-in co-host that you'll hear sometimes, Mr. Uncle Tony, Anthony, he said that if the Cowboys have to go through Lambeau at all in the playoffs, he's going to be flying out here. So I might see him soon. I hope that happens.
That'd be fun.
Saints beat the Panthers. That game was whatever. And the Seahawks destroyed the Lions as they should have.
I think the Bears raped the Giants too.
They did.
Yeah.
That's 2 different. Are the Saints a threat in the playoffs to anyone?
No.
Because they can still make the playoffs. If they win this week, I think I think it's like the 49ers lose and they win, they're in or something stupid. I'm like, do they have a quarterback yet?
Oh yeah, they do. Oh yeah, there's situations like crazy. It's
like Book of Eli.
Yeah.
Something Book.
I'm trying to remember what it is.
Oh, you're thinking of Ian Book.
Ian Book. Yeah, their playoff situation is really fucking weird, but
I know nobody cares about fantasy teams. Just want to bring this up real quick. In one of our leagues, 2 of the women who are in our leagues are playing for the championship. And I've never seen a shittier matchup, as in the things that happen. Cody had Antonio Brown, who we all saw what he did. Mm-hmm. Then she had Dalvin Cook, who put up a solid 3 last night. Mm. So now she needs a 16 from Nick Chubb to pull out the win.
That's doable.
It's doable. I agree with you. I think hey, right now, fans, everyone listen. The Steelers, the money line switched, I think. Everyone go Browns. I bet Browns kill the Steelers tonight.
It might.
I think so too.
Well, yeah. Kareem Hunt's out. Not that really matters that much, but well, I have something I want to bitch about too in fantasy then, if we can, real quick.
Let's hear it.
So last week, in our one league, I am in, and I'm still trying to talk to our commissioner about what we can do about this bullshit. But which honestly nothing, but I just want to bitch about it. Last week I was in the semifinals and was playing another friend of ours, Sam Schmidt.
I scored in my league.
Yeah, I scored 167 points, right? Just had people going off, absolutely ridiculous. Sam comes out of nowhere, scores 179 points. He had the Dallas defense who scored him 26 points. Just ridiculous. So we had like some crazy high scoring matchup, and I fucking lose because of it. Meanwhile, on the other side of the bracket, the final score of that matchup was 120-94. Just complete horseshit over there. And then this week, my team right now, I'm at 181, and I still have Najee Harris tonight. 181. I might put up 200 fucking points, and it doesn't even matter. I won't get paid anything. Meanwhile, these fucking idiots in the championship are at 89-87 right now. Just a bunch of horse shit. 2 weeks, my team goes off when they should, and guess what? Doesn't fucking matter at all. Sorry, that's my rant.
No one cares about your fantasy team, Sean.
Nobody gives a fuck. And
if it makes you feel any better, I dropped 177 in round 2 when you were dropping 179, or you were 167. So really, I mean, I should have been in there kicking you out.
Shut the fuck up.
If we're gonna go back and bitch about points.
That's how confident I feel about this. Browns and the under, $235. Let's do it.
235.
All right, we're doing Browns and under.
Browns and under.
I'll take a live bet.
Didn't start yet.
I'm saying like on air.
I got you.
Browns. Are you taking a money line? Well, I guess at that
Yeah,
point, what's
just
the point
money
of
line. Yep.
an under 44? I hope it's like 35-20 in the first half.
Yeah,
It's
that's
pretty
probably
bad.
gonna fucking go off.
Money line under. How much we throwing?
I put it all in.
Okay.
Put it all in.
All right, I'm in.
Let's go Browns.
All right, Browns and under.
Steelers suck.
Sean, did you do it on your app?
I did it on my one app, yeah, my fake money app. I put $1,000 on each. Crazy. Dollars that aren't real dollars. Woo!
But it's cool to see like if you could make money if you were betting big money.
Yeah, it's a good way to like have the excitement, but it doesn't crush your bank account.
Yeah, dude, it's still fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then there's this other. I guess we shouldn't talk about it because of FanDuel, but I will. I signed up to this fucking thing called Prize Picks that Ethan is always doing, and he showed me. He's like, dude, I've won 12 props and for $2,200 so far. He's like, it's just crazy. Like I never lose. And so I signed up and I just did one tonight just for fun to see how it goes. But I have to get Baker Mayfield over 13 fantasy points. I have to get Deontay Johnson over 15 fantasy points and Najee Harris to score at least one touchdown. And that's like my parlay.
Oh,
So what are the odds
Your
on something
first
like
one
that?
is going to be tough.
Baker
You
over
think so?
13?
Baker over 13.
Nick Chubb's going to have 4 touchdowns tonight, I hope.
Yeah, but if he gets one screen pass for the touchdown,
So-
it's pretty much
Hey,
there.
good point.
I put 20 on it because like you got a sign up bonus or whatever. So I put 20 on it. And you get it's 2.25 times, so it would pay out 45. But if I get 2 out of the 3 correct, I still get $25. It's
Oh,
1.25. So it's
It's like cheating.
whatever. Yeah. So I'm like, I'll take that.
also this friend Ethan of yours, tell him I want to see his book. I don't believe he won $2,200 off it.
He did send me a picture today, and it did show, which sometimes you don't know how much they've bet, but he did send me a picture that showed 12 entries won, and $2,400 is the amount won, and he has $790 in the account with $150 in promo. So I don't know how much has been spent or lost, but that's what it showed me. So, but when he's been doing it, he's been doing like $50 or $100 each bet. So when he has won a couple, like he sent me screenshots, and like some of the 50s will be like $500. He'll do like five
Oh, you just
person
gotta do like
ones.
5. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun.
So it's a fun little thing if you like doing little props and like weird shit. I'm gonna try it out tonight. We'll see what happens. I don't know.
So is it like Monkey Knife Fight where like you can only pick the ones that they give you?
You can pick literally anything. So like you could put Najee Harris over 5 or like 0.5 touchdowns. Like you can pick the over or under on that, and then you can go pick Baker Mayfield over 1 rushing yard. You can pick based on fantasy points. You can pick kickers. You can pick defensive points. You can pick interceptions thrown. It's literally any prop, any player prop or team prop, and you can parlay those. But you can't pick the same player, if that makes sense. So I couldn't do Najee Harris over fantasy points and Najee Harris touchdowns. You can't do that because then it's like you could easily win that. Like you could do over on Najee Harris fantasy points and over on the things because then most likely it's going to hit, you know?
Right. Yep.
So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Should be fun. But
It doesn't directly compete with the FanDuel, I don't believe.
not really.
So before we skip from NFL here, so is this going to be a heartache season for you guys? Is this how it always happens, or what do you think?
The last 2 years.
I mean,
We'll see if we can go for 3.
probably, but
You
I don't know,
guys
like
are pretty good.
I like that it's coming through Lambeau, and it's kind of playing out like the Bucks season from last year with like key injuries, which I'm not I'm not like happy about. But like Tom Brady losing Chris Godwin and Antonio Brown's a really big deal. I know the Cowboys just lost Michael Gallup for the season, which is a pretty big deal. So like the people in the NFC are losing some key players.
We have 5 guys coming back for the playoffs. Do you think? And like,
are they all coming back?
Big key. It says that they're all going to be available. They technically will all be off the IR and available. Like Bakhtiari, Zadarius, Jair once he gets off the COVID list. There was 3 others though that were on there, who were all like solid players.
It was.
But do you think that
all that rookie center, Josh Myers?
Yeah, Josh Myers. Do you think, like, we've been playing pretty well? Do you think that it hurts or helps us? Like, obviously, like when you're bringing back studs, you're like, oh yeah, that's great. But like they haven't been playing all season, so not that it would necessarily hurt, but it's like, is there a risk there? Do you think bringing those guys in just like for the playoffs?
If they do it right, I think it's fine. Like if Zadarius comes back and he plays, but he's not like an every down outside linebacker, like let him get his wheels back underneath him.
Yeah.
Jair, I think, is plug and play. I think we'll probably take out Stokes and have him.
Do you risk like sitting somebody like say like Rashawn Gary or I don't know who
oh no,
like,
he's a certified starter too.
I would think so, right? But it's like then you got to find guys who you're sitting. It's like
I think the only players that are coming in to take over their main position would be Bakhtiari. I think he's just going to be
back here. Tar is going to be good.
He has to.
What did he have done? Was he knee surgery?
It wasn't his knee again. Yeah, it was.
I think they scoped that. Zadarius had like spine surgery, so that one you might want to ease him back in.
Yeah.
I think Jair I think he wants more money, so he's fucking with him a little bit, but I don't know. I think it's not going to hurt him.
Yeah.
I don't think so either. I do get what you're saying though, Sean. But okay, so my last question. So like the Vikings this year, Rashad Breeland, like on defense, just getting smoked like every game, right? And then Chris Boyd comes in. Okay, so that's my question. What do you do as a coach at that point? Like, is the next guy up really just not that good, or what do you guys think? Like, you're just getting burnt all game. What do you do?
It blows my mind that somebody can't be good enough, to take over. It's just weird. I don't know.
I would just keep going. I guess you don't want to recycle through all the kids, but if he's getting beat that bad, there's got to be someone on the roster that's equivalent, so you can be like, okay, you get better, or stop trying.
I saw Kevin King make an open field tackle yesterday. That was pretty crazy.
I don't know why he was in the game, but he did stop. He did prevent you guys from getting the first down.
He did.
I saw him, and I was literally like, "Holy shit! Was that actually Kevin King?"
And it actually wasn't a. I think he met him in the flat, and then they kind of hugged, and they like parlayed off the side of the field. So it wasn't an actual.
It wasn't an actual tackle,
but they wrestled each other away from the line.
We can't give Kevin King anything.
No credit.
No, thank you.
No credit. All right, you guys want to move on? Let's talk a quick touch on some college football. That work? Let's see. This coming on Monday on the 10th, it's going to be Georgia versus Alabama, kind of how we predicted. Who do you guys think is taking that game?
Alabama.
Yep.
Alabama.
I don't think Nick Saban's ever lost as a head coach of Alabama as an underdog.
True.
Alabama. Do we smash the over as always?
Yeah.
Depending on what it's at, but probably.
I think it was like
97 and a half.
Yeah.
Smash it.
I think I'm going to go Georgia and the over.
I want that to be true, Sean, but I don't think it will.
Just because I'll be happy if it happens.
I would have to see the injury update with those wide receivers, because I know that Alabama lost that Mechie.
Yeah.
Who's supposed to be pretty good. I mean, he's like their number 2.
Yeah.
So that might be an impact if he's out, but I don't know. You know what? Time will tell.
Time will tell. Let's see what else we got. The Iowa lost to Kentucky by 3 points.
Oh, it was boring.
I was gonna say I didn't watch it, but was it just a whatever game?
It's stupid.
Yeah.
I was giving.
He's like, let's not talk about it.
Cody smashed the Baylor and Ole Miss over, but he did have Baylor to win, but it didn't matter because it was a parlay. But he had the over smash. They scored a total of 28 points, and what the over was 59 and a half. 57 and a half, so not that close.
Even to 0 at halftime, there's going to be a turnaround.
Arkansas beat Penn State. Good showing there with the Big Ten. That's awesome. Ohio State beat Utah 48-45. That was an awesome game to watch. Let's see here. Oklahoma State beat Notre Dame by 2.
Came back from 17 down?
Yeah, solid game there. Wisconsin beat Arizona State, in a boring game. We don't even have to talk about that. It's pretty boring. Any other games that were fun to watch? Michigan State beat Pittsburgh.
Michigan, but it wasn't fun. I was rooting against Michigan. You shouldn't root against the Big Ten, but I was. So
yeah, that's fine. You can root against them.
Do you guys think that college football playoff has ruined the bowl games?
Kind of.
It needs to be 8 teams.
I think it was already going downhill because they just kept creating bowl games. Like, I think the last 10 years has kind of sucked because there's just so many teams, shitty teams will be in bowl games. And it's there's too many that don't fucking matter. Like the Ticket Smarter Birmingham Bowl, the Serve Pro First Responder Bowl, the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, Tax Act Camellia Bowl. Who gives a fuck? Georgia State and Ball State? Are you serious? Why is that on our TV? If it is even
money.
I know it's money, but it's just
they see the potential. So there's it's going to keep growing until
it's selfish, and I think it's not going to matter until because there was a report I did back in college on some of these teams. Some of these smaller teams, when they get these bids to go play in a bowl game, a lot of times it'll cost them more money than the good that it'll actually help them. So they have to buy out all the tickets and everything and try to resell all the tickets, and then they have to pay for travel and all this other shit. And it's a lot of expenses that go into those programs. So a small school, say Northern Illinois or Coastal Carolina, who probably their football program is probably the only moneymaker in their athletic department, for them to shell out all of this money just to accept this bid into a bowl game. It probably sets them back. Maybe it gets them on TV and could help a little bit, but it's without a TV deal or anything, it probably hurts them.
Yeah, didn't we talk about this though? And some people opted out, or they couldn't do it because
some people can't. Yeah, some people don't think it's smart financially, and good athletic directors probably in those situations, they probably shouldn't. I get it. They want their players to have one more game, and you guys are going to a bowl game. This is awesome. Have fun. But it's does it? I don't know. Is it worth it?
Cost you $100,000 to do it. That's not worth it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. So I don't know. And kind of what you mentioned, Cody, I think it's been going downhill. I don't think that it helps the college football playoff. So
because it's if once Wisconsin was kind of after that first loss, I'm we're not going to make the playoff. After the second one, I was completely uninvested. So it's I feel like it ruins the season too. If you're if you're the fan of an actual team that's competing for that kind of positioning, which we've been lucky enough to have the Badgers be decent for the last couple of years. But it's what the fuck's the point now? Our hopes are smashed at that point.
Yeah.
So if you make it an 8-team or something, then maybe it makes you think about it a little bit more. But
yeah, it definitely hurts the season because it's as soon as the Badgers lose a game or two, you literally are just well, we're not going to the playoffs, so what's it matter? We'll end up in the Outback Bowl or another bowl that doesn't matter. So
and I didn't care less. I could care less about the game that we had.
The Vegas Bowl, I didn't care.
The one thing I like about the Outback Bowl is the bloomin' onions.
The bloomin' onions, baby.
One person that probably loved that game was Tyler Albrecht. So Arizona State, Wisconsin. That's his 2 alumni, aren't they?
That is true. That it is.
He was probably rock hard. Missed that guy.
Rock hard. All right, let's go transition into some college basketball real quick. You guys been watching any?
I've been watching some of the Wisconsin games.
Yeah, they're playing Purdue actually tonight, right now. Which is a huge game. It's 29-24 right now. Wisconsin is up. So Purdue's number 3 in the country. That'd be a big win if they could pull it off. We're 23rd right now. Iowa, is Iowa ranked or no?
No, not yet. 10-3.
10-3. Are you guys getting votes at all? I don't see 5 votes. So
Keegan's projected in the 20s, I think, right now. I see your boy Patrick McCullough or something like that from Milwaukee, that guy you went to see.
Oh yeah, Pat Baldwin.
He's in the top 10.
Hey, dude, for draft, dude, he's projected top 5 draft pick right now, which is mind blowing to me. But
really
awesome, he is. Every mock draft that I've looked at, he's been number 5. He's at UWM right now. Remember we were talking about his dad's the coach. He's every mock draft I saw, he's top 5, which is I don't understand that, but it sounds like he'll go top 10. So
I think Chet's still number 1 right now for Gonzaga.
I think so.
Well, he's got a 7'4" wingspan. It's kind of tough to beat.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The only thing I know about college basketball right now is Caitlin Clark is tearing it up for the.
Is she still killing it?
44 points last night or something like
Holy
that.
shit. Where are they ranked right now? Are they number 1?
I would assume so, but I don't know for sure.
God damn it, Drew. You should know this. Let's take a peek. South Carolina is number 1 right now. Stanford is number 2. Iowa is
Not on
20,
the
they're 22nd, so they are killing it. You're right. Caitlin Clark, apparently the one-woman show.
Sorry, my Bleacher Report doesn't have a college women's tab. It really doesn't.
Well, they played Evansville last night, so
Woohoo!
wow, big win. Big win. Let's talk. Well, we talked that. Let's go into some other basketball here just real quick. NBA, anything? DeMar DeRozan hitting some buzzer beaters, looking like a real MVP. Cody,
Don't make me pull out that old film. We called that a year ago. Do you think that the Bulls are legitimate? I'm going to ask this every single week that we do this show.
Yes.
I asked you guys like 5 weeks ago.
I will still say yes. I'll still say yes.
Number one in the East with a lot of COVID issues as well.
Didn't they just make a trade too?
Was it Valentine with the Cavs and the Knicks?
Who'd they get? They got
well, Rajon, he's a Cav now, right? Rondo.
No. Is it? Or is he a Bull?
I don't know now. Christ,
I
my Bleacher Report doesn't have an NBA tab.
I remember it ended up being okay, yeah, they got Rondo. Yep. Okay. Cavs got Rondo. And then Denzel was sent over to the Lakers. They dropped him. And the Knicks are getting him through the trade. Yeah.
So what do the Bulls get out of that?
Were they even a part of that? 3 teams?
I don't know if they were. No, Cavs, Lakers. No, they weren't. They weren't. Was Denzel not on the? No. Yeah, they were not involved in that trade. Anyways,
so who did the Bulls get, Sean?
I don't think they did.
Nobody.
I don't think they got anyone.
I was just seeing that they were talking about moving Vukovic because he's been very underperforming.
He has been underperforming. What else has been going on? LaMelo's been playing pretty well, but Josh Giddey, was on my fantasy squad. He became the youngest player with a triple-double yesterday, so he went off. That was pretty awesome. He topped LaMelo.
He's like 19 years and like 68 days or something.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I guess it helps when like half of the NBA is on the COVID list, so all these new guys are just getting 44 minutes a game or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And they lost.
Yeah. Did you see that Kevin Porter Jr. pulled Antonio Brown and he left during halftime?
Yeah, he's on my
left the game. And then
Christian Wood fouled him, I thought.
Yeah, Christian Wood, yeah. And then they just suspended those two players. Speaking of Christian Wood, did you guys see that soft lady crying on television about getting hit with that ball that Christian Wood threw? And then that Christian Wood laughed. So she was all saying that it wasn't funny and essentially made a big deal about it. And she's like trying to sue for getting hit in the face with a basketball.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
So fucking stupid.
Why is she even at a basketball game is my question.
And her doctor said that she should miss 3 weeks of work. Like, what? 3 weeks of work. This is ridiculous. Anyways, let's not talk about stupid shit. Yeah.
Just morons. I see Kyrie's going to play Wednesday. And who else did I see? Oh, Clay's going to maybe play this weekend.
I think they said Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
Which one's a bigger impact?
Clay. The team's going to be nuts.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty stupid. Because Clay can play actual home games too.
Yeah.
That's good for him.
That game's going to be crazy.
And then just T-Wolves related, I see that Cat came out and said he appreciated his time with Jimmy Butler. And just an odd statement and story to even bring up in my newsfeed. Like, I don't really care anymore. But they
hated each other.
They were jawing at each other the other night, but I guess they were smiling afterwards. So it's kind of like a big joke, I feel like, with them.
I feel like sometimes those guys end up becoming friends, and then it's just like whatever. And then they'll just put on this little front, like when they play against each other and just jaw and shit. I don't know.
Exactly that.
Then you get a little
It's
smirk
weird.
afterwards, like, I got you good there, man.
Well, like they're gonna talk about this on SportsCenter. Just watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get some airtime, dude.
Drew needs something to read tomorrow.
Yeah. You guys see Pat Beverly keep fucking with LeBron? I just
What is
love
that?
fuck
Are they
this
actually
fucker.
friends?
No, they're not.
No one's friends with Pat.
Nobody's
That's what
friends
I'm
with-
saying. I thought, but
He
I'm like,
just-
maybe LeBron like secretly likes him.
No, I think he just tries to like just he's like a little bug that you just like he's a
Yes.
gnat. You're just like, all right, he's just there. So you like grabbed him and held his arm for like 2 minutes the other day.
My father didn't know much about him when he came to the T-Wolves, and that's the first thing he gets. He's like, that guy just keeps chirping in everybody's face. It's like that's what he does. He's just there to instigate shit.
He is. It's pretty awesome. I don't know. It's funny.
Fun to
I
watch.
like it.
He is fun to watch just because you know it's never gonna be a fucking dull moment. There's always be some crazy shit going on.
You guys think the Lakers make a push in the playoffs this year?
Dude, I don't know. They look horrible. Did you see Russell go up and try to dunk that fast break and it just wasn't even close?
He's been having some tough games.
I love seeing that meme that they show when the Lakers were playing Russell Westbrook when he was off the Lakers and he's at the 3-point line about to shoot and there wasn't a player within like 15 feet of him. And they were like, I love how the Lakers watched this film, guarded Russ like this, and then thought he was the missing piece for their team and went and got him. It's kind of hilarious.
But I mean, it's still nice to have a player that can average a triple double. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
just can't
can he
breathe.
still? Is he still putting it up?
Yeah, he is.
He was never a 3-point shooter though.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's what pissed me off. So Kat came out in an interview and said like Russell, he plays for stats and not to win the games. But read the whole article. I hate when the people do that. He's sitting there, then he goes on to say getting a triple double is like one of the hardest things to do in the NBA, and he like does it all the time. And he's an amazing basketball player. It's like, of course, the media just wanted
That's
to twist
the media.
Yep.
That's the media. Yeah, well, I mean, the Lakers, I don't know. They're not that impressive to me. They have a lot of shitty people on their team besides the couple stars, and
Is Davis done for a while yet? I don't even hear anything about him.
I think he's been. Let's see. He sprained his MCL during Friday's game. He's gonna be reevaluated in 4 weeks. So
Okay,
that's not
so it's gonna be a while.
Classic
Are
Anthony.
Where are they in seating right now?
They are. Let me take a look here. I think it just said 4th. They're 7th right now in the West. They're 19-19, 7th in the West, 10.5 games out of 1st, which is the Warriors. So, I mean, the fucking Timberwolves are only 2 games behind the Lakers right now.
Yeah.
Let's go,
That's a big
T-Wolves.
deal, yeah.
We're playing for the play-in game.
So they're technically are they on the bubble right now?
I mean, it's 8
How many
teams,
games
right?
Is it 8? I can't remember
Yeah,
if they
8.
changed it for COVID or if they're going to keep it that way.
I don't know. There was a line at the 7, but I think it's still 8. I don't know.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you guys got? What else you want to talk about? Anything? Or you want to wrap it up?
I do have one question. So I think I heard today that Becky Hammons got hired as a head coach in the WNBA. Is that a move for her to become a head coach in the NBA, or is that her giving up on that dream?
I don't know. I kind of feel like it was almost not a step backwards. Like, I don't even want to say that in a bad way, that it's like a worse league or something,
you're
but
good,
like
dude.
kind of is in like the coaching aspect. Like
You're not
thought
getting
she
paid
was,
as much.
yeah, I thought
She's
she was in a
taking
great move. Because like you're never seeing any WNBA coaches making a jump to the NBA all of a sudden. Like there's nobody's ever like, oh, we want fucking, I don't know. I couldn't name one. But like that's never happened. So it's like you would think you'd be in a better spot being an assistant coach on a men's team and then paying your dues and then getting a
Wasn't she one of the final 2 for that? Was it the
Yeah.
Brooklyn job?
Yeah, I think so. She's been in a couple different situations. And like honestly, like she should have stayed with the Spurs and just groomed. And I bet there's a solid chance that she would have been in the running once Pop retires, like whenever that is. I mean,
But maybe that's why, Sean. Maybe inside voices were chattering saying you're not going to be the next,
Or
but
there was-
even if it's not Pop, though, I mean, unless somebody literally came out and told her, like, you don't have a chance on any NBA team, like, then, like, yeah, why not take that? But I don't know. In my mind, it's not really a smart decision. Like,
I was hoping it was maybe like she wanted head coaching experience, and then she can come into, the NBA. But part of me is kind of like, I think that's just like the end of the road.
Kind of.
In terms of like, I wanted to see her become she
Who
seems
knows?
like a badass.
I mean, best case scenario, she takes her team in the first couple of years to a finals, maybe wins like the championship, and then goes for another coaching job when something's open. And whether that be a head coaching job or another assistant, like a head assistant coach job or something like that, and she tries to come back that way. I don't know. It just does feel like a step in the wrong direction. Like she was on this path. All of a sudden she's in this path now. And it's like, well, now if you do want to go back to that, it's going to be a lot harder. So I don't know.
Sean, it's like when you were working with the Herd and then you went to the Timberwolves. It's like wrong step.
You're right. Because everyone who worked on the fucking Herd just got a ring. So it was definitely the wrong step.
It does suck.
Hey, what's her name?
Becky Hammon?
Becky Hammon. All right, let's root for Becky. Let's go, Becky.
Becky's awesome. Like, I think she's a great coach. Let's go, Becky. Okay, Plies.
It's like the new Let's Go, Brandon.
Let's go, Becky. All right. Well, let's go, Becky, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas since we didn't talk to you, and we will talk to you soon.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Celebrate a smoky thick bra. Underdog, make it to the contender. Coming through this header when you're straight fender benders. Stopping in the octagon, swinging in circles. Research the game like your name's Steve Urkel. This game time.